there, and welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Jacob, and thank you so much for attending this lecture on Pokemon biology. Joining me here...
That's Professor Jacob right there.
Yeah, he's okay,
right.
I guess. He's all right.
Hey, and thank you for being here, Professor, and teaching.
What about me? I mean, I'm grateful to be here. Are you thanking me
Hey,
for being...
Coach Sir Corbin, don't interrupt the Professor.
What do you... Okay.
All right, Mr. Curtis seems to have decided that he wants to be the one who's introducing, so I'll let him take it away. Take it away, Mr. Curtis.
No, Professor. I'm like your backup. You're like your hype guy. You know?
A backup dancer.
This is a classroom. No hype allowed. Only learning. And everybody knows.
But I'm
there's
so
nothing
hype. I'm so hype about
learning.
from you, Professor.
No,
Tell that to
learning.
him during the Spinnerack lesson.
Oh, I just hope that we all survive the Spinnerack lesson. We'll see.
I'm sure your class will be great that time.
I can't wait to see what you do, Mr. Curtis.
Yeah, Mr. Curtis, you're working on something for that class, right?
Oh, I mean, I have a couple items in mind. I wasn't gonna, of course, upstage you. This is your class.
I mean, I might just let you teach that one. Might as well let you teach that one.
He teased it a little bit to me, and I was like, I don't think it's a good idea. And you stopped me and said, "Hey, let him cook." I
was really hoping you were going to let me, bring one of my Spinnerack as the example Pokemon at least.
Well, we should definitely have, one that's like a normal Spinnerack.
Right.
But Professor,
I'm not saying we can't compare. We can we can have two and we can compare.
I think
them.
I got us off track. I'm sorry. I meant. Yeah, just for future reference, it will get hype, and it has been hype in this class before. So don't tell me not to get hype. I can tell you whatever I want. I am your legal guardian, so no hype. No hype today because we are talking. About a Pokemon that nobody really cares about. So.
Hey, don't say that about Decidueye.
It's not Decidueye. I don't think I've introduced him, but also
I was gonna say
here in
I'm
the
here.
classes are young trainer in training, Corbin. If you could please say hello.
What's going on, everybody? What's shaking? How are you? Welcome.
They can't.
Very
respond to
good. I'm sorry. What was that, Professor?
They can't respond to you. Don't ask them how they're doing.
Well, they can respond on like Discord or something. I don't know. Or they can do what I've seen a surprising amount of people do, which is they ask us questions in the Flapple reviews.
Yeah. So
yeah, if
you have a question for us, or if you want to respond to Corbin's
if you want
question,
a response.
Yeah, if you want to respond to Corbin's question of how are you, please go to Flapple Podcast. Give us a review. Has to be 5 stars, or else we won't respond to it.
Yes, we all know that Flapple reviews on Flapple Podcast is the best place to ask questions. It's basically a Q&A.
I'm doing something. All right. Do you not see what I'm doing here?
No, I see what you're doing. Oh, okay. I see what you're doing.
All right. So we have a very I was gonna say busy lesson today, but there really aren't that many Pokedex entries on this Pokemon. But I have a couple of things that I want to get to before we do the lesson.
Cookies?
Yeah.
No, a couple of Gengar mails here, actually.
I guess that's fine.
Okay.
I guess I'll put these cookies away then. No, Professor said no. Maybe after class.
Professor, you are toxic.
Okay.
Well, hey, don't you say that about the Professor.
Thank you. It's a very useful move in Pokemon battles. So thank you for that compliment.
Thank you for complimenting the Professor. Corbin, please do more.
No, I'm good.
Okay. So the first Gengar mail here comes to us from a student named Caden. They say, hello there. I would personally just like to say, welcome back, Mr. Curtis.
Oh, thank you. I don't know what you're welcoming me back from. I wasn't gone, but
you were definitely gone.
Yeah, you were definitely.
You died.
You can't deny, even if you don't think that you were dead, you can't deny that you lost like several weeks.
Yeah, you were straight up dead, homie.
I don't know. It seemed like to me it was like one day at Mew, the next day you guys were in another classroom, and it was very distressing. So
keep up.
So you realize that do you think we just teleported to a different classroom, or?
Yeah, we walked here and you died and you didn't remember.
I mean, obviously I didn't get the memo about the tickets to go and take the train over here. Okay, so
yeah, because you were too busy dying.
Luckily, Willie, I mean, he runs fast. He's
over a waterfall.
That's right. Over the mountains and through the woods, up the waterfalls. That's Willie.
That's Willie. That's
where
a t-shirt.
Where we go, we do not have to follow routes. It's just straight line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Through dense forests and cliff face.
Yeah. No matter who or what's in your way, huh? All right.
Mm-hmm. No.
Anyways, Kaden goes on to say, I missed you. I am 18 years old, and I'm an aspiring Pokemon artist, and I'm taking this class to help me learn the anatomy of Pokemon.
God, sounds so old.
Well, please feel free to gain inspiration from my doodles. Every class, I put out a picture, and I hope you enjoy them.
Yeah, one picture is one that he drew without looking at the Pokemon beforehand, and the other picture is one that he drew after looking at the Pokemon. You can play a fun little game, see if you can figure out which is which.
Wait, but where do I want to go if I want to see those?
Oh, I put them on the Patreon.
Never.
Okay.
I don't know. He throws them somewhere. I don't really care.
Can you imagine actually giving Mr. Curtis money to see his drawings? I can't.
Even $1. Just $1.
It's just $1.
50 cents maybe.
Think of all the good inspiration and education in drawing you can learn from me for $1.
So I'll get my mom to donate for 50 cents if you have that tier. Thank you.
Well, it's $1 for every 4 drawings, so it's 25 cents a drawing.
Ooh, you drive a hard bargain. That might be actually.
How about that? Tax not included.
You know what? That actually might be a pretty good deal. 25 cents a week to laugh at something?
So 25 cents a week to feel joy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly,
joy and gain inspiration.
Cheaper than therapy.
Yeah, so anyways, $1 a month, and it's I've heard reviews that say it's better than therapy.
That's right. Mr. Drawing.
Some would say
Mr. Curtis is drawing.
Mr. Drawings Curtis, that's right.
So Caden's Gmail goes on to say, they say, unfortunately, I am not very good yet. I think they're pretty good, but this is what they said. I'm not saying it. They're saying it.
Sure.
But I drew this is Caden again, but I drew Mr. Curtis with a few Spinarak and also a Spheal. Also, my favorite Pokemon are Breloom and Crobat. And
solid choices.
Yeah, Breloom is an awesome choice. Underrated choice, in my opinion.
I like Crobat, but Breloom is awesome.
Crobat is also very good. I mean, you have to deal with Zubat and Golbat first, but Crobat is very good.
Those are pretty high up on my list, not gonna lie. Those are pretty good.
Yeah. Crobat's pretty good. I think I'm more partial to Shroomish than Breloom, but Breloom's pretty cool too.
Listen, much love for our boy Gary back in Kanto, but I mean, I'll tell you what, I love a Breloom.
The stubby little legs, though.
Oh, they are so cute.
Yeah, they aren't as good at kicking, though.
And that.
But here's the thing, Mr. Curtis. I know it's been a while since you've seen a Breloom, but they have these cute little stubby arms.
Oh, that is true. You're right, Professor.
Yeah,
and
Mr. Curtis.
Kicking power.
But Shroomishes have the grumpy face. They always look like they're grumpy about something.
Yeah, and Breloom just kind of looks like it's confused.
That's right. A little confused. Right.
So Caden's Gmail goes on to say, and for you, Mr. Curtis, I'll say that my favorite bug-type Pokemon are Snom and Leavanny.
Ah,
Leavanny.
okay.
Leavanny. How do you rate those choices, Mr. Curtis?
They're pretty good idea. Leavanny's got some good what am I trying to say? Good slicey arms that are useful,
for slicing.
Good for slicing. I know people talk about Leavanny's nurturing nature. But if you get in between them and their spawn, it's like cha-cha-cha, So, it's like a hidden, it has people let their guard down, and then, when they're least expecting, it's a slice. You know what I'm saying?
I've never once understood what you're saying.
Nah, I've never had either.
I'm not going to start now.
But yeah, so the drawing you provided, top notch. Thank you. Love it. Those are some prime Spinarak. They are not, unfortunately, as big as my Spinnerack. But those would be good pocket-sized ones, little babies. Sure.
Yeah, we'll make sure to include these drawings in Discord, on Twitter, if we remember.
We'll remember. We'll remember.
Okay. All right. We'll see. We'll leave that up to our editor Portia to see if she'll remember to post these.
Thanks, Portia.
So, anyways, Caden's Gmail finishes with and Corbin, hi. Just wanted to say hi. That's all. Thanks.
Hi.
That's okay. All right. Hi.
All right. So thank you so much, Caden, for this wonderful Gmail.
Wonderful, Caden.
Right.
Thank you.
Jeez. Nothing quite like having every word you say scrutinized. I guess
it is fun, isn't it?
You know what? I decided to be a teacher. It's my fault.
That is your fault. Yep. You knew what you signed up for.
No.
Sorry.
You don't deserve it, Professor. You don't deserve it.
Sounds like he was about to tear up there for a second.
All right, settle down, Mr. Curtis.
All right. Does Caden get a gold star?
Yeah, of course.
I say so.
Are you talking about?
You don't get a say, Corbin. You don't get a say.
Oh, I mean, me and Spinnerack in a photo, 2 awesome bug types as a favorite Pokemon of theirs. Of course, they get a gold star. In fact, they get a gold star and a half.
Whoa!
I'm gonna put this portrait of me right up on the wall.
He already
I do like that. That is pretty good. That is solid.
It's going up on the wall. That's where it's going.
Wait,
right here.
The wall in the classroom?
Yeah. Well, okay.
Or
so
the wall in your shed behind the daycare.
Yeah, here on the floor wall ceiling of the spherical classroom.
Right.
That we
of course.
Here.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Of the GCLC BOTSCLC.
Yeah, it's really hard to organize things in here. They all kind of like just slide to the center.
You know, we did have a great wall going at the Saffron City Learning Center. Unfortunately, we did have to leave that behind. But you know what? This one's going right over here on the wall floor ceiling, right over here behind my desk.
It's so nondescript too. It could be anywhere.
I love that.
Right over here on the wall floor ceiling.
Yeah, well,
okay.
it's all one big spherical room.
No,
so,
yeah,
you know.
I'm aware. I'm looking at it.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
I can see it.
He's saying it for everybody listening at home.
Oh, okay. I thought he was telling me.
No. Of course, Professor. I would never presume to tell you how your own classroom is set up.
Now you're telling him about how you didn't tell him that.
Speaking of people telling me things, I also have a Gengar mail here from Professor. Sorry, a professor, guys. So
another professor.
So let's straighten up. Let's adjust your collar, straighten your ties.
Of course,
yeah. A real professor is here today. All right,
this comes to us from Ray Wang Eucalyptus.
Woohoo! That's your legal name?
Not my. Are you asking me or this?
No, I'm
piece
asking.
Of paper?
I'm asking Mr. Ray.
Okay. Well, again, they can't hear you. They're not here. Well, I guess they can hear you, but they can't respond.
What's the point of an audio lesson series?
They can hear us, but they can't. They can respond eventually, I guess.
Not in real time.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Anyways, so Ray says, "I'm aware this is late, and I apologize
it's 9 a.m.
deeply." Okay. Yes, Corbin. Sorry. Are we moving too fast through these Gengar mail sections? Is that
no? Sorry. I was just saying.
Please,
it's not.
please
it's
stop
not
interrupting.
It's morning. Sorry, guys.
I'm aware this is late, and I apologize deeply. However, I wanted to bring to your attention that there is a Pokemon, in fact, that lacks a brain yet possesses working eyes, which is surprising since eyes only capture light and send it to the brain to be analyzed and comprehended. Since you said that all Pokemon possess a brain, I wanted to let you know. Its name is the box jellyfish, and it hails from the as of now not yet included region of Australia.
Australia?
Okay, so now there's a new Pokemon and then a new region I'm hearing about.
Well, I mean, it hasn't been included in the National Pokedex, so
okay,
it's dead to us.
Gotcha.
It is a poison/water type and is a highly dangerous Pokemon in the waters of Australia. I hope this finds you in high spirits. With much respect for you all, even Curtis.
Even me?
Yeah, even you. Due to his prowess in DNA and genetics, so that's why they have respect for you.
Yes, good old reliable Mendelindian genetics.
What?
You want to hit that word one more time?
I said good old reliable Mendelian genetics.
Okay, all right.
That was a fancy one, Mr. Curtis.
Yeah, I don't know the
Wow.
Mendelian Pokemon.
Caught me off guard.
Well, I mean, when it comes to genetics and breeding, that's me right there.
You were saying the Medellinian.
No, Mendelian.
Okay, I haven't met that professor. But I'm not a part of.
Great guy. He does a lot of work with plant types.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, my favorite plant type.
Grass types. I'm sorry, grass types. Yes.
Plant type and insect type, and also bird type.
Yep.
All right,
Don't forget about shadow type.
Thank you so much, Ray. Mr. Curtis, are we giving out a gold star for this?
Well, he did. When a professor recognizes your prowess in DNA genetics, that's pretty nice.
Pretty nice.
But they did not mention the superiority of bug types. So, or even a favorite bug type of theirs. I don't know.
Curtis, please don't force students to include that in their Gengar mails.
I'll have to say, you know what? This time, Professor, thank you for your contributions to class. I will give you a gold star. I look forward to hearing some more interesting information about your love of bug types and how your research has shown how great they are. So thank you.
All right. Okay. I think we should move on to the lesson portion. Before we get into it, does anybody know who we're talking about this week?
You said it's one that nobody really cares about, right?
That was mostly a joke.
Oh, if you were serious, I was going to say probably Spinner.
Hey, don't say that. Oh, negative
he rolled up
gold
his
stars
sleeves
for
and put
you,
on boxing
Corbin.
gloves. He's getting ready to fight you, Corbin.
Negative gold stars for you.
Well,
I'm taking yours.
mean, I haven't really had that many anyway, but
I'm taking the ones that you haven't got yet, I'm taking them away.
Hey,
so, you have a deficit. Sorry.
I mean, this is adding on to the deficit that he already had.
It's true.
Well,
it's true.
Yeah.
Better start making some gold stars in between the hats that you make, Corbin.
Well,
That's right.
okay.
That's the only way you're gonna get some.
I guess so.
Because you gotta give them to Mr. Curtis. Okay, guesses on who we're talking about. Mr. Curtis, you did already say Decidueye.
It's
it was
a water
funny,
type.
very funny joke, and we laughed really, really hard.
Yep.
But
it's a water type, right?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure this is Lantern.
Ooh, you want to try again?
I could.
You want to lantern around and give me a different answer?
Sure. Wait, is
you
it
want to
Totodile
take
today?
another lantern at guessing?
Yeah, I just said it. Totodile? Is that it?
Yes.
Aww.
Nobody likes Totodile. Oh, I love Totodile.
I was gonna say Lombre.
Why? So why did you think it was Lombre, Mr. Curtis?
Oh, because you said it was a water type.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, like, there's a lot of water types.
Why is that not the one you first go to, Professor, when somebody says water type?
No. Like the first one that I think of when somebody says water type.
Yeah.
Like some kind of like fun word association thing.
That's right. If I said water type, Corbin, go. What's the first Pokemon you think of?
Totodile, because we're talking about it.
Whoa! All right.
Whoa.
All right, Mr. Curtis. Bug type. What's the first one you think of?
Of course, Spinnerack.
Okay. All right. I set that one up for him. It was a lobbed ball. All right, Corbin. Now you do one. Do one for me.
What's the first one you think of when you think psychic type?
Abra.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like that's just quintessential.
What's the first one you think about when you think about the Pokemon we're talking about today?
Totodile.
All right.
Lombre.
Okay.
No, shut up.
All right. So I would normally, have a Pokeball that I would throw out, and then a Totodile would come out of it. We all know the usual.
We know
process.
the drill.
The
Let's just
rigmarole.
do it. I can't wait though. I love Totodile.
But we are doing that today. Because the GCLC BOT SCLC actually has a Totodile employed here.
No kidding.
Yeah, and she's actually, so I've invited her into the class. Come on in, Gunk.
Oh, hi. Well, I'm sorry, what did you say her name was? Punk?
Gunk.
She's a punk? What makes her a punk?
No. Her name is, Gunk.
Gunk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hi there, Gunk.
That's Assistant Gunk. I've seen her around.
Yeah, well, okay, so Gunk's job is she's kind of like
Excuse me, Gunk, please.
oh, she's nibbling at Mr. Curtis's binder.
Ew.
Yes, no. My
It's
books
sticky.
are off
Why would
limits.
you want that? That's disgusting.
Okay. So, anyways, Gunk's job is kind of like the trash compactor for the GCLC, BOT, SCLC. She eats the trash and then spits it out, and most of it. Sometimes she eats a little bit of it. I know it's kind of like a gross thing, but she loves her job.
Hey, put that
She's
down.
going for his pencil case.
Put no.
I love that just everything that's
no,
Curtis's is
All right.
trash because he's trash. Makes sense.
It's like she thinks that Mr. Curtis has a bunch of trash on his desk.
Well, he smells like trash, so I get it. Good work, Gunk.
Hey,
Proud of you.
don't say that. Don't say that. Gunk.
So while Gunk is wrestling Mr. Curtis for his backpack, Corbin, could you give me some defining characteristics of the Totodile?
Wow, there is so much to define here with Gunk. Well, she's very cute. She has a nice light blue color all across her body. And she has these, it looks like eyeshadow or something around her eyes. Really cool.
Yeah.
Red eyes, little big old chompers there. I'm counting. It's hard to tell from here because her mouth is closed right now around the backpack, but it looks like something like close to 8 teeth. And she has a notable cream-like V on her chest, right? Like most of her is blue, but there's like a little cream / almost very light yellow V on her chest. And she's got red spikes running down her little stubby back. And a little baby tail. It's so cute. Look at the tail wagging as it's taking Curtis's
I
stuff.
told you she loves her job.
She loves her job. No kidding.
Professor, she won't let go. Professor, tell Gunk to let go.
All right, Corbin,
Gunk, you're such a good.
see if you can get the backpack out of your teeth.
Okay, hold on. Let me just
And while you're doing that, just
can I-
comment on the strength of
maybe if I sing to her, she'll stop. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. Gunk, do you like singing or maybe if how about I rub your belly? How does that work? Ooh, that worked. Yeah. Oh, she's rolling over now. Do you still want me to sing? No. Okay.
Okay, watch
fine.
out. Oh, she might bite your hand. Watch out, Corbin.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Slow down. But she loves a good belly rub.
Just keep her away from my bag. There's
She's
stuff
going
here.
right
Can't
back
have
for the
it.
bag now, though.
No. Hey.
Okay, Gunk.
Stay out of here.
All right,
Gunk,
so
I
one
thought
of
we
the
were
main
friends.
characteristics of a Totodile is their jaw strength. They're very strong teeth, very strong jaw.
All right, carrot. Over.
Oh, we're seeing that in action right now. I love
Yeah,
to see it.
Mr. Curtis is like lifting his bag up, and Gunk is just kind of hanging from it.
Just spin it around here.
Tail still wagging.
No.
All right, Gunk. Hey, Gunk. I know it's confusing, but Mr. Curtis's stuff is not trash.
Yeah, he is. So eat him.
Yeah. Hey, her. I have an idea. Gunk. I have a wrapper here. You know what?
Ooh, she's real hyped now. Look at her go.
You see this? Go fetch.
All right,
Threw it out into the
fetch.
hallway.
all right, close the door. Close the door.
Oh, that's so mean.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. Gosh, I'm gonna have to go apologize to Gunk after this.
Mean to me, Professor. She was mean to me.
She was really fun.
She was just trying to do her job, Mr.
She
Curtis.
was eating all my stuff. Her job's not to eat my stuff.
Well, I mean, I said trying to do her job.
Listen, I felt like I had a real connection with Gunk, so maybe one of these days I can sit down with her. We can kind of form a little bit of a connection, and maybe I can learn how to communicate in Totodile and tell her to stop.
Did you ever get Psyduck down? Did you ever learn how to speak Psyduck?
I couldn't speak it very well. I could understand. I got to a point where I could understand
Okay.
everything that Perry was saying. But our old school counselor back in Kanto, for everybody
R.I.P.
listening. No, he's not dead. What are you talking about?
Wait, what? Oh, yeah.
No,
sorry.
he's still very much alive. I just haven't seen him in a long time. I haven't seen him in so long. Okay. But I think I could really step it up and try to learn Totodile so that, maybe I can stop Gunk from just eating everything in sight.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
Well, Gunk is pretty disciplined. She mostly just eats trash.
Yeah, she seemed like it.
Yeah, I mean, that's why she was going for Mr. Curtis's stuff. All right, but I think we've had enough fun. I think we need to focus up and read some Pokedex entries. Who's ready for that?
I'm
me,
diggity
Professor.
diggity down. If it's about Totodile, I am all in.
All right, so I hope we're ready to learn about how strong Totodile's jaws are, because the first entry here, coming from the Johto region, says its well-developed jaws are powerful and capable of crushing anything. Crush anything.
Okay. What about Charizard's breath?
Well, what are you,
Could it-
saying? The
could it
jaws can crush
Said anything.
fire?
Said anything.
Well, I suppose.
It did say anything.
It did say anything. Something to think about.
Well, so so would the jaw melt before it would get crushed, or would they do it at the same time? I'm not sure how you would.
I mean, like,
How you would
what
balance that.
is crushing fire? What does that even look like? Is that even really do anything to the fire? I feel
I
like
don't
in
know,
that
but it can
situation, the Totodile loses. Absolutely.
I don't know, but we know that it can do it.
It's true.
Sure, yeah. So it's crushed, but the Totodile is dead. Fully melted.
Well, maybe.
I mean, unless it can exist in a water form, like Vaporeon. Vaporeon is like a natural counter to Charizard, because it just goes in and out of liquid form however it wants.
Right, exactly.
Okay, sorry. This is not a lesson on Vaporeon. Just an interesting thing. Did we note that in the Vaporeon lesson?
Professor, we can make this about Vaporeon if you want.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll go grab the Vaporeon Pokedex entries.
No, don't do that. But hey, did you guys know that Vaporeon is not as cool as Totodile? And I want to learn about Totodile.
That seems like an opinion thing, Corbin. So I don't know how.
Well,
I don't know how
it's
I
my
could
opinion.
how I
I'll
could
stand
just
by it.
know that about you. How I could just know your opinion.
I'm just saying, listen, Totodile is the bomb diggity.
Okay,
And
all
I would
right.
like one now, thank you.
Sorry. He's so focused nowadays. It's
Can I have
crazy.
one?
No.
Well, you can work part-time with Gunk if you want to get some.
I don't really want to
exposure.
eat trash.
You sure?
Sorry.
I mean, you were telling me how you want more allowance, so that would be a great way to get some more allowance. Eating trash.
Are you serious?
Collect the trash with Gunk. Maybe
I
nibble
mean-
on some of it.
Well, I guess it does give me a good opportunity to get to know Gunk a little bit better. So
Yeah, and then you don't have to worry about dinner.
I wonder if she'll listen to my problems like Perry.
Hmm.
Difference is she's not trained to do it. Anyways, that's for another time. That's for me to figure
Hey,
out.
listen,
She's
Corbin,
trained
very-
to.
She's extremely used to sorting through trash. I think she'll be fine listening to your problems.
She could take a bite out of your problem.
Whoa, good one, good one. He did it, everybody. He did it.
She'll have me hanging on by the jaws of life.
That,
Okay, all right.
was
Time to
bad.
move on with the lesson, Professor.
That was
Come
bad.
on.
That was terrible. Okay, so its well-developed jaws are powerful and capable of crushing anything. Even its trainer must be careful. Might just give it a
Woohoo! I
little
better
nip.
be careful.
Next one says it is small but rough and tough. It won't hesitate to take a bite out of anything that moves.
Anything that moves.
Yes.
Okay, all
So
right.
moving is something that kind of like catches its eyes.
Why was Mr. Curtis's bag moving? Probably because there's a spinner rack in it.
Well, I mean, it doesn't only eat things that move because, again,
but it
Gunk,
likes to.
Gunk has been trained to eat trash.
Right.
Or Gunk's like entire job is eating trash.
Right.
So she
Which,
seeks out trash.
You know, it's very confusing why she would want to eat my bag and my pencil
Well, because it's
case.
trashy. You need a new bag.
Yeah, I think you should take this as a wake up call, Mr. Curtis.
Time to place an order, Mr. Curtis.
The last entry from the Johto region says this rough critter chomps at any moving object it sees. Turning your back on it is not recommended.
Can you do me a favor? That Pokedex entry would be 20 times better if you read that like a hillbilly. All right, and action.
Okay. This rough critter chows at any moving object it sees. Turning your back on it is not recommended.
That rough little critter. That little rough critter, man.
Oh, you get on down here, little boy.
Yeah.
Go on, get.
Go on, get now, you rough critter.
Woo! Yeah.
Sometimes we have fun in this class.
You know what? I think all Pokedex entries might benefit from being read with a hillbilly accent.
Let's spice it up. These lessons are getting boring, Professor. Let's spice it up.
Accents on Pokedex entries. Why haven't I thought of it before?
Professor.
Why read them normally?
All right, this next one I'm going to do in my normal accent.
All right.
Which is still technically an accent. So it's the first entry. It's the only entry in the Hoenn region. It says, despite the smallness of its body, Totodile's jaws are very powerful. While the Pokemon may think it is just playfully nipping, its bite has enough power to cause serious injury.
How serious?
It can crush anything.
To my pencil case! Look at this!
Wow, you...
Oh, yeah, that's pretty rough.
Shattered
wow.
and slimy.
Took off half my pencils are all broken in half.
Well, oh well.
Wait,
that
half
sucks.
of his pencils are broken in half.
Half of them are broken in half.
Yeah,
I understood
so that means he has...
The remaining were just eaten.
Okay.
I've only got half the pencils and they're all broken in half.
Okay, I see.
So it's the same number of like individual pencils, but they're half as long, maybe.
Well, half of them are half as long.
Some would say the pencils are going through a quarter-life crisis.
Corbin, can you Totodile it in, please?
Thank you.
And focus up.
Sure.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I can totally do that.
That was an easy pun.
Thank you.
All right, moving on from the Hoenn region into the Sinnoh region. The first entry says, it has the habit of biting anything with its developed jaws. Even its trainer needs to be careful. Okay.
Be careful.
Nothing super crazy, and also that's it. Nothing else. Nothing from Unova, Kalos.
Wow.
Alola. I know. I know. It's like these must be some extremely rare Pokemon because they don't talk about them at all in like pretty much any other region.
Well, I mean, they are starters here in the Johto region, and historically, starters are very hard to come by.
All right, so we're gonna move on now to the unique Pokedex entries.
I'll allow it.
So the first one comes to us from Ash's Pokedex. It says, Totodile, the Big Jaw Pokemon. Its highly developed jaw is so powerful it can crush practically anything. All right, that's fair.
Now you're practically okay.
That's a good qualify. It's not the best thing to put into like a scientific, article or writing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very descriptive, but it's better than saying that it can crush literally anything. So thank you, Ash's Pokedex. It goes on to say, trainers beware. This Pokemon loves to use its teeth, which is why Gunk loves her job.
Yeah, I mean, it gets a real rush from it.
Hey, you know what? If there's one thing Gunk likes to do is chew on things and use those teeth.
Specifically on trash, Mr. Curtis.
Yep, and Mr. Curtis's dumb belongings.
No, on my stuff. Yes, but,
The next unique entry comes to us from Dawn's Pokedex. It says, Totodile, the Big Jaw Pokemon. Totodile has a habit of using its highly developed jaws to chomp on anything in sight. So trainers, beware. Yeah, very similar to what Ash's Pokedex says. So maybe they have the same Pokedex. Who knows? I also have an entry here from Professor Neroli, which again doesn't really seem to be associated with a specific region. So I think I'm gonna from now on put those in this unique entries section.
Sure.
I don't need your permission, Mr. Curtis.
I'm sorry. I wasn't saying that you could. I was just saying that makes total sense. All
right. Just watch it. Watch yourself.
I'm so sorry. Sorry.
So Professor Neroli, who again watches or studies Pokemon's sleeping habits.
Says, Professor Stromboli.
This comes from Professor Stromboli. It says, this Pokemon is known to close one eye and rest just half its brain at a time.
Ooh, okay.
A practice called unihemispheric sleep.
Oh wow! Okay, very cool.
Okay,
Perhaps-
it's even got a name.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unihemispheric sleep. I mean, do you think that's a phrase that Neroli coined just for Totodile?
Probably. TM.
TM. It's ours
If
now.
not, TM.
Perhaps it's keeping watch against an enemy attack. We could do a fun little thought experiment here. Let's assume that it's not keeping watch against an enemy attack. Why then would it be keeping one eye open while it's asleep?
To look for trash.
I was about to say, yeah, always
It
gotta
wants
keep
to
an
eat.
eye out for good things to bite.
Okay, so you think that that's a strong enough desire that it's
Oh, yeah.
evolved to rest one half of its brain at a time?
Sure.
Okay. Maybe it's looking for friends to hug. All right.
You know what? That's actually kind of cute. Let's go with that
Yeah, everybody knows that Totodile keeps one eye open looking out for friends to hug.
And innocent backpacks to chew on.
Yes.
Yeah, except for you left out the part where the backpack is literally just a trash bag. It's just Curtis. I didn't want to say this, but it is just a trash
No.
bag. It's
No.
it's a
Yeah,
plastic
Curtis,
trash
come on,
bag
it's
with the
disgusting.
drawstrings tied up.
It's got handles on it. See?
All trash bags have
Okay,
handles.
you made those yourself. You just ripped it open.
Yeah. No, I mean I just see I could put it on my shoulder, my bag like this.
Ugh, gross.
Yeah, it's got
Okay.
It's got multiple pockets.
God, it's so.
It's a
like
used trash
dripping
bag, too. That's
something,
even
too.
worse.
I don't know what is it dripping.
I don't. Well, it wouldn't be dripping anything if there hadn't been holes put in it. That's
Wouldn't
all.
hadn't been.
If there
That's right.
hadn't been holes in it.
If
Insinuate
it
if there
hadn't
wouldn't
had
have
holes
been
put
holes
in
in
then there
it.
wouldn't be no dripping on it.
Sue doggy.
Woohoo!
Okay. Enough fun accent work. So that does it for all of the Pokedex entries on Totodile. So you guys know what time it is.
All right, let's pack it up. Go on home. Have some cookies. Maybe. Oh, has Gunk ever tried a cookie? She would never eat trash again.
Well, you got to understand what did we learn about Totodiles?
They do love the trash.
Well, no. There's not a single Pokedex entry that says Totodiles love trash.
Oh, I thought it was subtext. Sorry.
They got strong mouths.
But more importantly,
Strong
they love
jaws.
to use their teeth.
That's true.
They love. You can use your teeth to bite a cookie. I've done it many times.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's all I've been saying. That's all I've been trying to say.
But I'm also saying that it's not a taste thing. It's just about the crunch on the teeth.
But you can have both.
It's a texture thing, not a taste thing.
Well, you can have the best of both worlds. You know what I mean?
All right, but if you give a Totodile a cookie, they're gonna want a glass of milk. If you give a glass of milk, it's going to have diarrhea because everybody knows all Totodiles are lactose intolerant.
Okay, that's not true.
Oh,
They all are.
But here's
I'm
the thing.
writing
If
that
you get-
down. I'm putting it in the Pokedex right now.
If you give it the best of both worlds, you can chill out and take it slow, and then you'll rock out the show with the Totodile. Does that make sense?
That doesn't make any sense. All right, so we need to do the testing portion. I gotta figure out how much you guys are paying attention. How much? Wait,
Uh-oh.
hold on.
Yep.
Before I move
Quiz?
on to the testing portion, I do have something here I want to read.
Oh,
thank you,
you
thank you.
teased me.
I know, I know. Sometimes I just get so eager to test you guys that I sometimes forget. I have an essay here on Totodile.
Okay, that's fine with me.
It comes to
All right.
us from.
Well, hold on, Corbin. Professor already said you don't give permission in this class.
I didn't give permission. I just said it was fine with me.
That's given permission.
No, I didn't say I allow it to happen.
You just said
I'd
it,
never
but you
say
did
that.
just say it now.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
saying what I've never said
Not
before.
not
Whoa.
allowed.
I've
Put
never
it away.
said that.
I
Never
feel
said
like
that.
you have said that. But anyways, let's. So this essay comes to us from James. They say that I am writing to tell you that I have written an essay for Totodile. Sorry, on Totodile for you. I hope I sent it in early enough for you to use it in the lesson. Just under the wire, James.
That's right. It just
By the way,
came
it's
in.
this close.
You were close.
Like it practically popped into my inbox as we were teaching this lesson. So as I was teaching
Yep.
this lesson, you guys aren't teaching.
I am teaching as well.
I was here. I witnessed it.
So yeah, get them in early, guys, or else it might not be read.
That's right.
So they say, by the way, my favorite bug type is Lockix. Have you seen that one, Mr. Curtis? That's one from the Paldea region.
That's that little ugly one, right?
I mean, with a bug type, you'll have to be more specific than that, Corbin.
The really
Wow.
ugly little
How-
one.
I mean,
that
like
looks
half
like a
of them are
little
little
child.
and also ugly.
Yeah, but this one looks like a little child.
Oh, so it looks like you?
Yeah, but I'm not ugly. I'm adorable.
Well, oh, excuse you, Corbin. That is prime bug type performance right there.
Peak
Have you
bug
seen
type
the-
performance.
Have you seen the sharp angles, the spikes, the super kicks? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's just
All
not intimidating. It's so small.
the big, almost wheel looking thing in the back. It's very important.
Almost wheel looking thing in the back. I think those are legs. I think those are.
Well, they're part of the legs, I think.
Yeah,
It's
well, I
the-
mean, a lot of bug
they're
type
like-
Pokemon have 6 legs, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, he's lost interest.
No,
He's
no,
moved
it's
on
good.
mentally.
It's good. It's a bug type, so it's good. Obviously.
Okay,
right?
great.
Is it on the top of my list of favorite bug types? Not necessarily, but you know what? I would take that over any fire type any day. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming to my talk.
Okay, this is technically my talk.
I apologize, Professor. You are correct.
Okay. So they say, sincerely, James from Little Root Town. All right. I have the essay here. I'm going to go ahead and read it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
It says, Totodile is a small blue crocodile-like starter Pokemon you can
What's a
get
crocodile?
from... Hold on. You can get from Professor Elm in the Johto region. I don't know what a crocodile is, but that's what a Totodile is.
Oh, they confirmed they don't know.
So, answers your question. Totodile-like. Professor Birch also hands them out to trainers from Hoenn, like me, who complete the Hoenn Pokedex. Unlike me. That's James inserting themselves in the parentheses, not me.
Yes, of course.
They have very powerful jaws, and just because they are small doesn't mean they're weak. Even when they think they're playfully nipping, they can cause serious injury. Since they like to bite anything that moves, trainers will need to work with it to help it stay calm. A muzzle may be a good idea in the very early stages, so I don't recommend this as a starter Pokemon for anyone who would prefer to keep all their limbs, but you can keep it in the Pokeball if you want one and also want to keep your limbs. I don't know if I recommend putting a muzzle on any Pokemon.
Right.
But that's
Right, that's not wise.
So anyways, they go on to say, trainers will need to be careful because Totodile isn't good at controlling its bite. So the muzzle is not just for keeping it away from other people, it's also for the trainer. You're going to need a place for them to just chew on things and be themselves without having to not bite. It's a double negative there, so see if you can parse that.
This is a fun read.
Trainers should also get them lots of chew toys. As Totodile evolves, its jaws get bigger and more powerful, but they control them better. Although if a crocodile or feraligator bites, pay attention. That's a question that will come up later.
Yes.
If a crocodile or feraligator bites something, they won't let it go until they savagely tear up their foes.
Love that.
So trainers are going to have to train it not to bite the whole time, even though it happens less as it grows up. All in all, Totodile is a pretty solid Pokemon for trainers who really want to be good battlers. Thank you for listening, and I will supply another essay on Crobat, one of my favorite Pokemon. Bye!
Bye.
That is such a fun way to end an essay.
Bye.
Bye, see you later!
Adios.
Catch you in a few.
Hasta luego.
All right, I will be looking forward to your essay on Crobat. Make sure you get that in as soon as possible. Don't wait.
That's right.
Because you might not get as lucky as you got this time, James.
Better send it in now than wait until then.
Yeah, put that on a t-shirt. Those are words to live by.
Yep, that's how I live my life.
Send it in now, but not late until then. That's what he said.
That's right.
Something like that.
All right, James, you definitely, I said absolutely will be getting extra credit points for that. Mr. Curtis, gold star.
I will have to say they did talk about their favorite bug type, so I have to give them at least a gold star.
At least a gold star, maybe two.
Yes. No.
Okay, all right,
No.
all right.
No fan art of Mr. Curtis in this essay. So,
God, stop increasing the list of things that our virtual students have to do when they send in.
must talk about how they like bug types. Must talk about how great Mr. Curtis's work with genetics is.
Wow.
Must
Where
also
did this
You have
provide
to
vanity
basically
come from?
kiss butt the way he does to the professor in order to get a gold star.
I was gonna say, where did this vanity come from? This is not the Mr. Curtis I know. How do I know you're still the same Mr. Curtis?
I am.
Yeah.
I've never changed. I'm the same Mr. Curtis. I'm the same Mr. Curtis.
You need to make sure that you are not taking the spotlight from the professor now. We wouldn't have that.
I would.
Yeah,
I would
have a
never
very
do that.
fragile ego.
Right, he does.
If you were to take the spotlight from me, I would shatter into a million pieces. But we're not talking about that. That's something that I talk about with Perry frequently.
Yes.
So let's, as I was saying before, let's move on to the testing portion.
Woo! Time to take a quiz. Gonna pull out my
No.
Rotom laptop.
We're
and
not doing a quiz,
get
and we're not
ready.
doing a poem.
Aw.
We are doing an instructional video today. So
Okay, I'm into it.
I think it's time for you guys to show off how strong your teamwork has been getting.
Uh-oh.
So remember,
No.
I asked you guys, I'll give you guys a topic to make an instructional video on. And you must, so in this is the rubric for the instructional video. 1, you must include information that we learned in class. 2, you must demonstrate an understanding of unique attributes and abilities of the Pokemon. 3, the presentation must be at minimum 5 minutes long and focus primarily on the topic assigned. If you go off on long tangents that aren't related to Totodile or the topic, I'm taking points away.
Ooh.
Unless it's significantly longer than 5 minutes, but try not to do that. And then number 4, the final point is determined by your partner by answering this question. How do you rate your partner's participation in this project? All right, so go ahead and head on out into the hallway. Get all set up and make sure you take the special recording device that writes to these weird oval-shaped discs that they have here on the joke. I don't know why they have it like this. It's so weird. It's so obtuse.
Very futuristic. But yep, let's go, Mr. Curtis. I don't like this any more than you, but here we go.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
I don't know how you're going. Wait, I told you to go somewhere, didn't I?
That's why I said we're going. 'Cause
Okay,
you
well,
told us
hold
to.
on. Sit down first. I have to tell you the
okay.
topic.
Oh, okay. All right. I just assumed it was a freebie today.
No, it's not a freebie. All right, the topic is, I want an instructional video on how to safely train a Totodile to limit its biting. Safely.
Okay. All
Be
right.
the key thing. All right. Try to include as much as you can from the Pokedex entries. I know we're a little bit limited in that regard.
I will try, Professor. I really will.
All right. And hey, guys, have fun. Have fun with it.
Okay.
Thank
Sure.
You know, learning isn't all work, so you can have
I
some
will try
fun.
my best with Mr. Curtis.
Okay.
It can be hard to have fun with him, though. All right, here we go. Oh, Professor, we have a solid video to show you today.
Oh my goodness, you seem so excited for it.
Yeah.
I am so excited.
It's
all right.
I mean,
Are you ready to
Wait,
rock
hold
and
on,
are you
wait,
ready
wait,
to roll?
Wait, Mr. Curtis does not seem excited for it.
I mean, it's pretty good. You know.
What's wrong? What's wrong with it? I mean, I
It's
didn't like your
not-
performance either, but I mean, I still managed to save it during the editing.
It's no bug type. Okay, that's all.
Seems
I
like
have
it took
to say,
several
you know?
hours. You were editing it?
I mean, yeah, we have to edit them. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Do you really? How much? You have to
I did
lot of
all
editing.
all that good background music that plays.
Yeah, the background music, the transitions. Yeah, I edit all that stuff. Yeah, I just
Wow.
edit really, really quickly on my laptop. And then, Portia taught me a couple shortcuts.
The top hat that I wear in all the scenes was not. It was added in post.
Right. That was a lot of work.
Why don't you just wear a top hat?
No,
Please.
it's just
we don't have the budget.
something about he doesn't like the way it feels. Yeah, we don't have the budget, so I have to keyframe each shot.
Wow. And you do that in a couple of hours?
Not a couple hours. I mean, however long we were gone for, maybe like half an hour.
Yeah, it felt like years.
Some would say.
All right, go ahead and put the oblong disc into the weird video player that we have.
God. All right, here we go. Now let's put this in and press play. Hey there, everyone, and welcome to a new training video from professional trainer Corbin and assistant Curtis.
Mr. Curtis!
All right, today, Mr. Curtis, what are we going to be teaching our lovely listeners and students at home about?
Well, students at home, we're teaching you how to safely train a Totodile to limit its biting.
Oh, man.
Oh, how could you do that? That's not the only thing that Totodile does.
Well, you know what I always say? When you get bit, it's time to quit. So let's go ahead and dive in here and talk
But
exactly
don't quit
what
on that
makes...
Totodile, because we're going to keep it safe.
We're going to keep it safe. That's right. Mr. Curtis, do not interrupt me. All right, here we go.
Sorry.
Step 1. Purchase biting-friendly toys to practice with. Anything that's not a person or Pokemon usually works, but as long as it's not something important, nothing with like glass in it, nothing that's going to harm the Totodile as it crunches down and bites. So something fun like a little stuffed toy.
Yeah, nothing you would be upset about losing. That's definitely important.
Right, and something that squeaks because it'll be really cute to watch.
Sure. But then, of course, also you need to make sure that you take your Totodile someplace safe, far away from fragile objects and important objects, as their jaws can crush anything. So, that bicycle that your grandmother gave you as a kid, those running shoes, that super rod you have in the corner.
Ooh, don't want to upset Granny.
That's right. All those important things that you have that, took you a long time to get a hold of.
Was that an SSN ticket on your desk there? Not anymore, because you practiced this in a crowded room with all of your precious belongings. Take Totodile out somewhere nice, whether it be a gym, whether it be the beach, well, I guess maybe the beach, but a field somewhere where there's not a lot of people.
Back alley somewhere.
Maybe a back alley, who knows? But somewhere, this sounds like you're threatening a Totodile, Mr. Curtis. I'm not a huge fan of that.
It's just wouldn't want to be seen with, an inferior water type like that. But anyway.
Well, okay. All right, hey, no, we're here to pitch this thing, okay? Shut up.
Okay, I apologize.
All right, so step 3 is, this is very important before starting the training process. You got to think of a safe word to instruct your Totodile to stop, right?
That's right, it's important.
Right, that way it's going to associate that specific word or short phrase with you, its trainer specifically. Because imagine if you just said stop, and then what happens if you get into a Totodile frenzy, and you're hanging out with other Totodile trainers, they're all biting stuff, and you guys are all yelling stop. They're not going to know who to listen to, it's going to add confusion. So if your word is, I don't know, oranberry, if that's your safe word, then you could say oranberry, and then there you go. Your Totodile is hopefully going to stop. So pick it out first.
Or jiggle. Jiggle's a good safe word.
Jiggle's a great safe word.
How often do you say that in regular conversation?
I think 2 times a day.
But in addition to having a good safe word in mind, you also need to make sure that you have a Pokeball on standby. That's very important.
Right, that one's obvious. Very, very important, obvious in case something goes wrong.
If all else fails, the Pokeball is your last resort, your ripcord, so to speak.
Step 5. Once you have your toys, we want you to start initially shaking the toys to prompt biting. Sounds crazy. Make sure you wash your hands, or wash your hands, and be careful as you shake the toy around to prompt the biting. Again, you do want it to bite the toy for the reasons that we're going to talk about right now. Mr. Curtis.
Maybe hold the toy with some tongs. That
Maybe
way your hand's
tongs
not
work.
close to it. That's good.
That's a great idea.
The key is to make sure it shakes so that it prompts the Totodile to bite.
Right.
But then, after it starts biting, you gotta hold it still, alright? This is to encourage disjawment, okay?
Right.
And while you're holding it still and you're encouraging it to disjaw, you want to make sure you say the safe word, okay?
Repeatedly say the safe word over and over again.
Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle,
Jiggle.
That's
Oranberry. Jiggle. Jiggle. Now here's the thing. And if it doesn't release during that moment, that's okay. That's totally fair. Totodiles can be a little crazy sometimes. Just use your Pokeball and then try again after a short break. Now, however, best case scenario, if it does get released, if it does release the toy, go ahead and give your Totodile a treat. Positive reinforcement.
That's right. Give it a treat. This will make those small, rough, and tough Totodiles associate your safe word with releasing the object they have in their mouth and positive treats.
Ooh, this is what you want. Now, one of our final steps here, they're more like important notes to keep in mind, but this one is good to keep in mind throughout the entire training process. Make sure you keep your eyes on the Totodile at all times. Again, They are very rambunctious. Turning your back on one is a no-no. It is strongly recommended that every Totodile trainer keeps their eyes on Totodile at all times. Make sure it's not biting something it's not supposed to, because even assuming you're keeping it in a safe area, trust me, a Totodile will find a way to bite something it's not supposed to.
It can bite anything, crush anything, you know.
Anything. So, Mr. Curtis, for our final step here, take me into the future when our Totodile is trained. What happens now?
Well, Corbin, once that Totodile is trained, you can greet all your new friends by telling them that safe word. That way, if it bites them or anything around them, they can stop it. This keeps everybody safe.
That's right. Everybody is safe, and that's a world I want to live in. Am I right?
Safe from biting Totodiles. Thank you very much.
That's it. Guys, thank you again for tuning in for another great tutorial by me and Mr. Curtis. I did a lot of the heavy lifting, but it's great to have Assistant Mr. Curtis here. That's why they call him an assistant. He's very good at assisting.
It's Mr. Curtis.
Assistant Mr. Curtis.
No, assistant.
But thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.
Okay, and that's time. All right, very, very good. That one, I think that was your longest one yet. That was like 6 minutes long.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so
all right, Mr. Curtis, you were worried we weren't going to hit that.
That's right. I was skeptical, but
you were.
No, you definitely hit
all
the
that
time
clever
requirement there.
editing that you did there, Corbin, was great work.
Yeah, he slowed down the talking a little bit.
I'm not much of an editor, but I tried.
Yeah, you'll get better, Corbin. Don't worry. So yeah, you guys did very, very good. You included a lot of information that we learned in class. I do want to make a note here. You did say you want to shake a toy to entice it to bite. Now, you didn't say why that might make a Totodile bite it, so I'm tempted.
Oh, it's implied.
Okay, but I don't. We don't deal in implications here.
Okay, well, Totodile likes to bite anything that's moving.
Okay.
That's right.
I'm gonna take off like half a point because it wasn't
okay.
Because this is the instructional video. You know,
you're right.
Assignment.
You're right.
I'm grading the instructional
Take
video,
it on the
not
chin.
the stuff that you tell me after the instructional video.
Hey, can we say is that an F&E? Is that a fair and equitable?
It's up to you.
I wouldn't say that personally.
No. All right.
I'd say it's fair, but I don't know if I'd say it's equitable.
Okay. All right. Maybe the next one.
But you definitely get a 5 on the next point. I think you did understand. You had a very good understanding of the attributes of a Totodile. So that brings us to point number 4. So Corbin, if you could cover your ears very quickly.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Curtis, how would you rate on a scale of 1 to 4, 1 being bad, 4 being good? How would you rate Corbin's participation in this project?
This time around, I think I gotta give him a 3.9, to be honest.
My goodness.
He really got in there and he was like, you know what? Let's get this done. And get these edited and had a lot of positive energy, and I appreciate that. He did try to use Oranberry as a safe word, and that would be such a bad safe word to use, though. I mean, think of all the times in normal conversation you'd say Oranberry. It would just confuse your Totodile. I think that misled students, but I think I saved it by switching to Jiggle. That's the bottom line.
I feel like those are both words that are used too frequently.
How often do you say Jiggle, Professor? I mean,
more than you know. Okay. All right. So now you cover your ears, Corbin.
Okay, of course.
Corbin. Hey, Corbin, look at me.
Oh, hey, what's up?
All right. So I need you to give me a rating for Mr. Curtis on a scale of 1 to 4, 1 being the worst, 4 being the best, on his participation in this project.
I'm probably going to give him a 3.93. I don't really have many complaints there.
You have enough for a 0.07
it's Mr. Curtis. I can't ever give him a perfect 4. But I don't really have that many complaints. I thought he was pretty good this time. He was a little hard on himself, I think, at the very end. I thought his performance was fine. He did interrupt me a couple times, which I wasn't a fan of, but other than that, I thought his ability to describe what we were trying to showcase was he did a very, very good job with that. So 3.93.
9. Whoa, you did say 9.3.
No, 3. No, I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic. 3.93.
Okay, 3.93. All right, Mr. Curtis, you can uncover your ears now.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
all right, great. Hey, great work, guys. You didn't get a 100 on this
Thank
one,
you.
but you did very, very well. So I'm quite happy for that. And that's gonna do it for today's lesson on Totodile. Do we all think that we learned a little something here?
Sure.
I think I've learned a lot.
Okay, wow, great. And we have a new appreciation for Totodile.
Oh, yeah. I've always thought Totodile was cool, but now that I got to meet...
I don't know. I think my opinion of Totodile has dropped since taking this class this time around. I'm not going to lie, Professor.
Mr. Curtis, you're an idiot, and I don't like you, and you're dumb. The things you say, I don't like them.
Okay,
Totodile was cool.
That's too much. Hey,
I hear you coming at me. You're coming at Gunk.
You're cruising for a detention there, Corbin.
All right, you just wind me up. You're getting me all wind up.
And also, because I'm your legal guardian, maybe even a timeout and no more allowance.
Timeout time.
You're going to bed without dinner, mister.
No.
Oh.
No.
No poffins for you today, Corbin.
No.
Apologize to Mr. Curtis.
He was being rude, okay? Gunk could be down the hall listening.
Gunk did eat his stuff. You gotta look at things
That's
from...
right.
There's two sides to every story, Corbin.
My side and the wrong side.
What did my pristine looking, flowery smelling stuff ever do to Gunk to deserve to be bitten and chewed up?
Well, he didn't bite your pristine looking, flowery smelling stuff. He brought the stuff that you brought to school today, which is all the garbage.
It smells like a gloom flower.
Yeah, awful.
You're fine.
Okay, so moving on, does anybody know what Pokemon we're talking about next week?
Ooh.
It's the evolved form of Totodile, and it is not Decidueye.
It's hold on, it's Feraligatr, right?
Okay, that is not yet. The one before that.
Are you sure it's not Decidueye?
I'm 100% sure it's not.
It's Crocodile, right?
Did you say crocodile?
Crocodile.
No, not quite.
You know, if it wasn't Lombre this time, maybe it's Ludicolo.
Is it Crocona? Is it that one?
Yes, we are learning about Crocona.
Ooh.
I'm in Crocon awe that you got it so fast.
Me too.
There you go. I will probably use that joke 100 times in the next lesson. So, something to tune in for.
I'm so excited.
If you say it too much, it will not be funny.
It will not be included in the lesson because Portia will take it out.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, all right. But that's going to do it for today's lesson. If you have any questions for me, or Corbin or Mr. Curtis, feel free to send us a Gengar mail. The information for all of that is in our description. It includes our Twitter accounts, password information, so if you want to log in and start tweeting
our social security numbers,
all of our addresses, all of that you can find in the description below. Obviously, I'm joking. That's not in there. But you can also find a link to our Patreon. Corbin, would you like to describe a little bit more about the Patreon?
Guys, I gotta tell you,
guys, we did it.
I'm not gonna lie. We've talked about our Patreon before, and it's been a bit of a standstill recently. We're so thankful for so many people that have subscribed and supported us, that have allowed us to create new artwork and do a bunch of cool stuff on the side that we still can't talk about. That's for the class. Your support has helped us out in a lot of ways. But guys, I know we can hit our first big goal before the end of the year. I'm really confident we can do it. $200 a month. We're almost there. Once we do that, we're doing a Nuzlocke playthrough. And I don't think you guys understand how excited I am to do a Pokemon Nuzlocke playthrough. Woo! We've talked about it many times. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to share clips all over the internet. It's going to be a worldwide sensation, and our millions of listeners and students will share it, and we're going to be a hit.
Okay, but what else do they get in the Patreon?
Oh, there's other stuff too. Oh yeah, we get Mr. Curtis's drawings. There are Q&As. There are outtakes. There are so many good things.
Mr. Curtis's inspiring drawings.
I said that already, but there's plenty of good...
Access to the full Discord server.
Yeah, access to the full Discord. We've had more people joining the Discord recently. You get full access for just the first tier on Patreon, which is only $1. So once you get that, you get the whole...
Only $1.
Only $1. You get the whole Discord. You get to interact with all the cool people.
4 drawings a month and access to the Discord. What more could you ask for?
It pays for itself.
All right, so that's going to do it for today's lesson. So until next time, class is dismissed.